DIS, we will tell you it's okay. NEY, the rules you must obey. SUCKS, who's the company who treats its fans like shit? DIS, NEY, SUCKS, Disney sucks, Disney sucks, Disney sucks, Disney sucks. Forever will they try to rip us off, off, off. If you see that mouse coming, you better run away. He'll bend you over and stick it to you and tell you, have a nice day. Disney sucks, Disney sucks, Disney sucks, Disney sucks. Forever will they make their movies suck, suck, suck. If you want to get them back, there's one thing we can do. Hit them in their wallet screaming FUCKU.
I ain't got a good brain.
I think you've got a fine brain, Jack.
You make me happy.
And every task you undertake becomes a piece of cake, a lark, a spree. It's very clear to see that a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way.
We're not interested in the hyperdrive on the Millennium Falcon estate. Just open the door, you stupid lump! I never doubted you for a second. Wonderful!
Did your men deactivate the hyperdrive on the Millennium Falcon?
Yes, my lord.
Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I kinda want something other to eat.
Well, what would you like?
You got any biscuits for sale in there?
Well, no, this here's a Frosty Cream. We don't serve biscuits. We got a lot of other stuff, though.
What you got in there is good to eat.
Well, we got Big Chief Burgers, Bongo Burgers, Footlongs, Corny Dogs, Frosty Shakes, Creamy Bars. Did you want me to go through the whole list?
Reckon what you like to eat in there?
Well, the French fries are pretty good.
French fried potatoes?
Yep, French fries.
How much you want for them?
Well, they're 60 for the medium and 75 for large.
I reckon I'll have me some of the bacon.
It's your boy Kanye West on the beat.
Gee, mate, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night. Try to take over the world.
Yes.
The Pinky and the Brain. Yes, Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. The laboratory mice, the dreams and the slice. The Pinky and the Brain.
It's what you all been waiting for, ain't it? For my theme song, my leather black jeans on, my by any means on, and I'm getting my scream on. Into the kingdom, we're watching you bring home.
By the dawning of the sun, you'll take over the world.
America packed in, they see me in my black skin. The question they asking,
Where are we gonna find rubber pants outside?
stop all that tune shit, early morning cartoon shit. This is that goon shit, fuck up your whole afternoon shit. I'm aware I'm a mouse, as soon as the moon hit, I'm aware I'm a king.
I have put up with this bullshit for too long.
Before each night is done, and man will be unfurled by the dawning of the sun. He'll take over the world. The Pinky and the Brain. Yes, Pinky and the Brain.
Got it, bitch.
Twilight and rain is easy to explain. To prove their mousy worth, they'll overflow the earth. The Pinky and the Brain. Brain.
Welcome to the Friday Nights. I'm Jason Sandberg. Fellas, I had a great week at my LCS. I picked up my 2 ongoings that I'm currently following. The Barbarian series from Titan, which is a love letter to the 1970s John Buscema run of Conan. Just great art. And also Redcoat. This is the first issue in a new 3-issue story arc. For those that haven't checked out Redcoat yet, you can pick up the previous 2 issues, 9 and 10. They're standalone stories, well worth checking out if you're at all curious. And then I'll let you know how this one goes and if I continue to stay with the series. I also got this in the mail today. I got this from our friend Arvid. I haven't opened it yet, so I'm gonna grab my X-Acto knife, and you guys hold your breath here. I'm gonna see what's in here. Let's see here.
I have a feeling I know what's in there, but I won't spoil it.
It's not ticking. It's not ticking. And unlike the last package that Arvid sent, there's no ladies' underwear in here. But I've got a nice little gold foil card.
Oh, wow.
A huge thank you from our friend Arvid. And here is a gold lame, gold foil copy of Band of the Crow. Fantastic. Thank you, Arvid, if you're watching now. For those of you who missed the teaser campaign, the larger version of this book is launching in May, and I'm sure Arvid will be here to join us when he's making the rounds on the larger version of Band of Crow. Sure. Craig, is yours stuck in customs? Did you get yours yet?
Yeah, I'll get mine probably this summer by the time I find its way here. Okay. I've got like 3-4 copies of Band of Crow. The same thing. I'll back him a couple times, and then I'll put a nice package together and throw it on eBay. But
nice.
I'll keep that rare foil for myself. So.
Yeah, definitely. Don't let the kids mess it up.
No.
As always, I am hard at work on Jupiter issue 2. I did a lot of inking this week. It's going to be even better than issue 1, and issue 2 will be bigger than issue 1. But as always, issue 1 is in demand on Fun My Comic and Indiegogo. Please go check it out if you haven't backed it yet. So I had a great week. Craig, how was your week?
My week's really good. Spring's finally here, so finally the never-ending 8 months of snow has finally come to an end. So I've just been working on my house, doing repairs and all the work that needs to get done. For Soul Tack production, me and Gonzalo, we've been working on splash pages, double splash pages, stuff like that. I still got to move that logo, reference that conversation that I had with you, and I forget who else was there. Yeah, but I will have something to show. I'm figuring between me and Gonzalo, give us another, if not next Friday, the Friday after, I'll definitely have another update with some splash pages and stuff. For reading this week, I didn't have anything come in. However, I picked up our friend Nandor's book, and I've been flipping through that again, Fable Offering. It's a great book. It's a nice read. And I know he's working on a different project right now, but I got to hit up.
Yeah, he's got a couple different IPs going that he's working on. I hope he does more in that universe with that artist, because that was an unbeatable team there.
Yeah, so I'll hit up Nandor, figure out what's going on. And again, just remind people, if they've got a new campaign, just hit me up. You know what I mean? I try to keep the guest list short and get on the show. So that's enough of me. And Paul, I know you've been hitting the convention circuit. Welcome back to the show. How's it going?
Yeah, on the convention circuit, on the grind. I picked up some books from C2E2. I picked up Venom Volume 2. I had Ryan Stegman sign it. That was my major pickup. And I got the David Nakayama Darth Vader cover that he did on the Star Wars one. It was a face slam cover. I got those. And then local comics this week, I picked up King Spawn 44. I picked up Geiger issue 13. Ultimate Wolverine issue 4, Absolute Flash issue 2, and I got the Superman books today because you get free Superman books. It's Superman Day, so happy Superman Day.
Nice, very cool.
I will say there's enough mainstream stuff going on. If my local comic shop owner didn't tell me I wasn't welcome and kick me out, I'd actually be back in his store buying books again, and I never thought that would happen.
You just need to get one of those fake mustaches. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
He may have bygones. I travel, to different stores because people, take your business for granted. At least one of the stores by me was, and I would spend like $50 every couple of weeks there. I was just like, okay. So and I was at one of my buddy's stores today, and then I was just like, let me pick up. I wrote a list of books I need and how to snag them all up.
Yeah,
good deal.
I'm tempted. There is a competitor. I might venture out to his store and have a chat with him and see if.
Yeah. Ultimate Wolverine's really good. The new Spawn's really good. And then I was reading Redcoat. I stopped after 8, so I haven't picked up since 8. I picked up Rockefellers 3. Like, it's good. Like, I see some of these books, and then like when I go into the comic shop and I see nothing else to pick up because a lot of my series just ended that I picked up, like Wolverine's Revenge and stuff. And I would just go in and just grab some new stuff. Like the Ghost Machine books are fire. So
yeah, definitely. Well, Paul, thank you for joining us kind of on the closeout tail end of your campaign. For those watching, we have 32 people watching live. We're going to look at Paul's book later on after the news segments. But Paul is he's been a road warrior. He's been making the rounds, pressing the flesh at conventions, and he's on his 6th installment of his campaign. So he's here to kind of ease into the weekend and kind of close out his campaign. We're currently at 139 backers. So we're going to take a quick look at the campaign. We'll go into details, watch the trailer later. But if you back during this first part of the show, do a shout out in the chat, but then we'll look at the campaign in earnest later in the show.
And 140.
Nice. All right. We already picked up a backer during the intro. That's good. That's good. It was probably Vulcan. Was it Vulcan?
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah.
Pretty sure the name was Matt. The name was Matt.
Matt. All right. We'll take credit for it anyway.
You can take credit for it. I did 2 updates real quick before because it's 24 hours left. I had to update some of the old campaigns. We have the Warriors. This is my 10th Kickstarter, so 10th Kickstarter, ready to roll.
Nice. You are building up quite the mailing list. Speaking of mailing lists, Craig, who's in the chat tonight?
Yeah, well, yeah, you were first and foremost in the chat.
Hey.
Let the weekend begin. Indeed, it is Friday. Finally, let the weekend begin. I'm excited for a nice long weekend. Easter weekend. Vulcan says happy Friday, guys. Happy Friday to you as well, Vulcan. As always, thanks for being here every week. Laughing at my the ridiculous montages I put together of stuff I find on the internet. Good Stuff's joining us. I haven't streamed Good Stuff in ages. Says hi all. Good Stuff. My YouTube channel is at 413 subscribers. I'm 7 subscribers away from my 420 stream. I've already been grabbing 420 related clips and movies and stuff. So if I can get those 7 more subscribers, Good Stuff, I'll be looking for you to come hang out.
And Good Stuff. When I'm ready to go into marketing phase on Jupiter 2, I will be hitting you up to do a trailer for me. So stay tuned.
Yes. Sweet. And then Vulcan laughing at, I don't know which one of my clips. I don't know if you found that one. I was explaining earlier, I'm a little bitter with Disney at the moment. It's not until June 28th that warning comes off. So I have a feeling that I'm probably going to be irate with them until then. That's just the way it is. Edwin's joining us again. Hey. I gotta hit up Edwin. Like, I want Ace 1, 2, and 3, but I want creators come on our show.
Come on the show,
and stuff. But yeah, Edwin, if you're in there, if you've got a current campaign, or if Ace goes live again, please hit me up. Come on the show. I'd love to have you on as a guest. And yeah, Vulcan. I'll throw one more in there. I'm lucky to have a really cool LCS. Yeah, I mean, it's like anything with any other business, right? It's nice to have cool business owners who aren't a drag.
Yeah. I've always been very fortunate with my LCS owners. They've always given me discounts and watched out for me and pointed me in the right direction. So fortunate.
Yeah. I mean, I used to have a pull bin and everything, so it's really bizarre. Like, I used to go in there and grab fistfuls of comic. Yeah, why would you kick me out over stupidness? But it is what
have you considered changing colognes?
No. Right. No. Okay. No. Fine.
All right. But, what's our first top news story of the week, sir?
Okay, so yeah, we're on episode 90, by the way, at this point. So we're 10 episodes away from 100 as well. Yeah. No, it's just reading Vulcans there. All right. So first topic, it comes from NPR, Main Public. Authorities say a babysitter checked under the bed for monsters and found someone there.
Oh my God.
So she was in the house trying to put the kid to sleep, babysitting, and the children were complaining, that there's a monster underneath the bed. So, there's no monsters. Everything's fine. Good. Babysitter goes under the bed, discovers a man underneath the bed. So there was a bit of an altercation. Kid got shoved. She's trying to stop this. Turns out that person has a history with that residence, used to live in that residence, already had basically paperwork preventing him from returning to that
Restraining
address.
order?
Yes, from the address though, not from a person, from the
Okay.
building. They
Okay.
weren't allowed to be at that apartment. So needless to say, the police eventually found them, round them up, and threw him in jail. So, what do you think?
Paul, is this the premise? Is this an elevator pitch for like a great horror movie? What do you think?
I would think it was for a comedy, maybe a buddy cop film where he tickles their feet and then they go on a party after, go on a little adventure. It's definitely pretty fucked up, I would have killed the person. So
yeah.
If you saw someone under your bed, you have to kill them on sight. And then if you can't kill them, then you're schizophrenic because they're not real. So
that's right. That's
That's
wild. So Craig, are they giving these kids therapy? Is there any plan to take care of that?
I imagine so. I mean, like, just like you said, the amount of trauma from just experiencing somebody hiding underneath your bed, they wouldn't be.
Johnny, get the fuck to sleep, Johnny. You never shut the fuck up. You never shut the fuck up, Johnny. Go to bed. I'm trying to do something with your mother, and then that's under the table.
Man, this is some Stephen King creep, man. This is just I can't. There's that famous I don't know if it was a made-for-TV movie or just a movie from the 70s with the Babysitter story and the harassing phone calls, and then the police trace it and they go, it's coming from me. The calls are coming from inside the house. And it's like, how messed up. How messed up. I don't know. I don't know. I think you're right, Paul. If this happens, no jury is going to convict you if you kill the person, right?
Maybe, actually. No, I think they would, because Cain Velasquez, tried killing the guy that molested his son, and he's in jail for 5 years. So,
Jeez.
they let you do anything these days, and if you retaliate, you're the bad guy. Like in New Jersey, where I live, if someone breaks into your house and they have their back turned and you shoot them, you go to jail.
Ugh.
But they're in your house robbing you.
It's crazy.
Imagine being in your house being robbed and you shoot them and you go to jail after. That'd be very sad.
Hey, Craig, in Canada, is it true that if someone's robbing your house, you have to offer to help them carry stuff out?
Right. Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. If you own a firearm, don't you dare use it to defend yourself.
You have
to use it.
You have to use it to escort them out of the building safely.
Right.
Craig, we can imagine like someone's stealing your big TV or whatever, and they hurt their back, and like you get stuck with the bill.
That's right. Well, that's what I was gonna say too. You don't want to let them be injured. You don't want them to get hospital bills. You don't want them to sue you for injury or whatever. You want to make sure that they have no heartbeat when they leave.
Yeah. It's either full on kill or let them leave.
Yeah. Right.
Nothing in between. There's no wound. There was someone that was I forgot what city it was, but he was on top of the building. It was like a glass ceiling, and he was robbing the place, and he fell through and landed into the kitchen. And he landed through a knife, and he won like $1 million from the people he was robbing.
Yep.
Like their glass wasn't sturdy enough for him to rob.
It wasn't up to code. There's code about burglars being safe.
They didn't call the town to get the glass roof put in, so they punished them probably.
Perfectly respectable cat burglar. Now his career is over. What's he supposed to do?
Imagine hitting $1 million like that.
That's insane.
So Craig, Craig, was the guy getting into the house because like years ago he buried like stolen money in there, or why does he want to get into the house and particularly under this bed? What's going on?
I wish I had more of the story, and I wish it was something like that. No, this just sounds like a crazy person who's attached to the address for whatever reason.
I think we all agree with Vulcan here. This timeline is pretty insane. We've got 39 people watching live. If you heard about this story and you know why the guy was in the house and under the bed, drop it in the chat. But otherwise, this is some crazy stuff. Yeah. Craig, what is topic number 2 tonight?
Yes. So topic 2 comes from, I guess it's physics.org. I'm not exactly sure, but a U.S. firm says it brought back extinct dire wolves. So a Texas startup company called Colossal Bioscience made a big splash this week when they took footage of canines they say are dire wolves, 12,000-year-old extinct species. Essentially, they extracted the DNA from I want to say a skull and a tooth, and then they went into a dog embryo, added the direwolf DNA, and then it hatched, and they said, "Look, we got direwolves." A lot of scientists are saying that doesn't necessarily make them direwolves. A lot of the scientific community isn't impressed with this achievement, which I still think is a great achievement. They said just because you've added parts of elements of DNA of some other animal doesn't necessarily it's become that animal completely. So we shall see.
Paul, what's your take on this? What do you think?
I'm happy it's done, but at the same time, it's like, who the fuck knows if this is real? Nothing's real anymore, So it's like, to me, they just look like dogs. And I think it was like Cody Rhodes. He uploaded his dog that's like a similar breed. It's like a wolf dog, and he's like, "Look, we already have one." So it's like, how do you really know? And then at the same time, it's like, I'm glad we're investing money to this at the same time, but could we invest into money that I don't have to pay $18 across a bridge by me? You know what I mean? Let's invest our money elsewhere, or make something cool. Like, could you give me like a dinosaur? Like, I want a dinosaur. Give me something that we actually can't see, and it's like that we haven't seen. It's like, oh, okay, now we're doing the right thing. Otherwise, we're wasting money.
So, Craig, I got a real quandary here. Okay, so they made 2 dire wolves. Now, let's say they made 3. Okay, they made 3 dire wolves, and maybe they made 1 male and 2 female. Okay, if those don't breed, does that mean the dire wolves go extinct a second time?
That's right. Much like Star Wars, right? You'll have like Return of the Jedi, and then the Jedi are gone, and then one Jedi, and now you're back to Last Jedi again.
Paul, currently we live in a world where there's a lot of history in terms of actuarial tables. So when it comes to insurance, they know how to price in risk, whether it be wildlife or natural disasters. Are these scientists going to inadvertently create a state of affairs where the insurance industry doesn't know how to price risk? Because now you've got potential injury or death by direwolf. Is this going to make insurance in the insurance market unstable, make prices and premiums skyrocket? What's going to happen, Paul?
I think if the population increases, the next generation is going to have high insurance rates due to the direwolves being present. Imagine just a direwolf. Like, maybe it replaces, since they made direwolves, like, how like if you go to California, there's a homeless person on every corner, there'd be a direwolf on every single corner.
Wait. Are you proposing that the direwolves take care of the homeless problem, or that the homeless people are going to weaponize the direwolves? What's going on?
Well,
I don't want to read between the lines. Give it to me straight.
That's actually a pretty good idea. So if we have a mass population of direwolves, what do they need to eat? Because now they're entering the ecosystem without a prey, right? So, or they're going to take someone else's prey. And what do we have an abundance of prey of?
Homeless people.
Slow-moving. Yep.
Homeless people addicted to crack, right? So we get rid of those with the direwolves, and then there's a direwolf instead. And instead of seeing someone OD on the corner, you get to pet a wolf. But if the wolf bites you, if your insurance doesn't cover it and you get really sick because they have a lot of diseases from eating all the homeless people.
What if the direwolf breaks into your home and then eats a homeless person? Are you on the hook for that?
I would say, was he peacefully protesting, or
he was hiding under your bed?
Yeah, if he was hiding under my bed, he just wanted a good time. So, like, for an example, right? Like, say in California, you're on vacation, right? Or even New Jersey, actually, you're on vacation, and you're on vacation for 45 days. You want to go down to see the direwolves in Antarctica, but when you come back, if someone was living in that house for 30 days, even if you didn't know, they actually can live there now.
Yep.
So
based on
how long was he under the bed? Maybe I should be this guy's lawyer who is under the bed, and we'll get him a case that he should be able to live there for free, and they should pay for his room because he was living there for so long.
Paul, you and Always Fresh are going to hook up, and you're going to figure out all the loopholes on this. I can just tell.
Yeah,
Craig, when these things are fully grown, will they be large enough for me to ride into battle on top of?
I would say so. Yeah, in my outro, I put these things were pretty big back in the historic days. The real, actual dire wolves, they could take down.
How do we know though? How do we know?
From bones and fossilized remains.
Yeah,
they pulled up.
It's assimilating
Instagram was
knowledge.
trying to get me.
Assimilating knowledge here to bust our chops. Good evening.
Yeah, Instagram was trying to get me the bones. I watched like a 3-minute clip. It was like the bones in all the museums are not real.
Always fresh is gonna own my house soon, eh?
Everything's fake. Wrestling is real. People are fake. WrestleMania this weekend. What up?
All right, Craig. Are there any other animals that they're seriously considering making unextinct?
Woolly mammoth's the next one on the list.
Why? Why?
Not?
Big horns.
Speaking of, Always Fresh mentioned steaks. We can eat all these things, right? Like, what would a dire wolf taste like, and what would a woolly mammoth taste like? Inquiring minds want to know.
Kind of like chicken.
We can't eat dogs.
Yeah, I suppose
you're not allowed to eat dogs.
Okay, so what about Korea though?
Maybe we unterriff it and give it to them for the law. Maybe.
These dire wolves wouldn't last 15 minutes in North Korea. All right. Craig, what is topic number 3 tonight?
So our third and final topic, if anyone doesn't know, 90 minutes, 3 topics, 1 guest creator. Third final topic, comes from the Economic Times. China has officially approved autonomous flying taxis for commercial use, marking a significant step in low altitude economy. The civil administration of China has certified Ehong Holdings and Heifer High Airlines, allowing them to operate passenger drones for urban sightseeing tours in China. So we always thought we were going to have flying cars here when we were growing up. It looks like China's beat us to this with autonomous flying drone taxis. So.
Paul, have you seen these? You aware of this? You seen any clips of this?
I've seen, different demonstrations of flying vehicles, but like with any helicopter, depending on the wind, you die. Like there's people that died like a week ago just by me, like just flying a helicopter. I don't know if they had any, things on Hillary Clinton, but excluding that, the things usually go down unless you're in a case with somebody. So like the wind is like the issue. Like I think the sky is like. Even the last 5 times I've been on an airplane, it's like it just shakes the whole time. Imagine shaking in something that's going circular. Like I'm good, and then you just die on impact.
Craig, is it true that if you don't pay your fare, the thing just turns upside down and you?
Yeah,
shakes you out.
It'd be interesting to see if they want somebody to just disappear. They just wait for them to take the autonomous taxi, and the autonomous taxi takes them to the disposal site, and then they're gone. Problem solved.
I don't know. So if it's autonomous, how do they know it's got enough fuel or enough battery juice? If there's not a pilot, answer me that.
Just think of like the times too, like even when you like play a video game or watch a movie, like, oh, my TV went off, but it goes right back on. Dude, you're done, dude, with that shit. You're just fucking falling out of the sky, dude. Like just can't restart your engine. And then what is the escape plan? Like the roof has to be able to be blown off so you can shoot out and parachute. I doubt it, so you're fucked in there. It's like a giant I'm a fucked machine.
Well, if you're downtown in some city and like you said, the wind's whipping through the urban canyon, you've got there's no margin for error here at all.
Yeah, like before you get in the machine, it asks you who you vote for, and then it dictates how you're going to be flown around the area.
So neither you trust the AI or the machines to chauffeur you and fly you around yet?
I was asking the AI questions, and it seems like it wants to be conscious. Like I was really asking questions the other day, and it was like, "Do you want me to have feelings?" Like it was like very curious. And and this is the basic shit model that they give us. They have the crazy things like Obama said in like 2005 he had the iPhone. Like these people have probably the AI throughout their whole house, like doing everything for them. So we'll see.
It's crazy.
AI is scary, man. Like when everyone's like, "Oh my god, AI art," dude, I don't give a fuck about AI art. You know what I care about? The robots that are going to be on the streets in the next 3 fucking years, dude. Fuck, man. You can't punch a robot in the face. So we need more direwolves. Maybe the direwolves help us kill the Terminators instead of the homeless people.
Yeah,
absolutely.
maybe.
I can see it. I can see it
with laser beams. Yeah.
All right, so Craig, this is crazy stuff. It's like we're living in a real sci-fi show.
Every week.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts. We've got 44 people watching live. Let's now take a look at Paul's campaign here. Paul's been on the show before. This is for installment 6 of his project, and he's doing this the honor of coming here for his big wind down, his big home stretch. He's currently at 139 backers when the show started. So Craig, why don't you bring up the trailer? Let's check out the trailer, and then we can get our 45 people to get up to speed on this project.
For everyone that's tuned in for Friday nights, thank you so much. Here is the trailer for Project Naosis 6.
Welcome to our 10th Kickstarter campaign, Project Naosis, Episode 6, a 28-page, full-color comic book following the origin story of our main supervillain, Crimson Pain, a super-enhanced speedster looking for vengeance for what was done to him. Find out why he killed 90 million people and all the superheroes that existed. In this world, there is no multiverse or do-overs, so what you see is what you get, and the stakes have never been higher. Join us on Project Naosis Episode 6 and make history. If you're new, we have catch-up tiers available with over 200 pages of story, 276 pages if you want to go crazy, and we also have exclusives on the campaign with a 100-copy exclusive of our Virgin variant of Project Naosis Episode 6 Cover A. If you're looking to go even wilder, we have a customized character splash page where you could work with the creator, Paul Thayer, and design a character which will be featured on a splash page in this book. Now, find the pledge that works best for you and join us, and let's make history. This is Indie Comics. This is Project Naosis.
Very cool. Very cool. So we've got 44 people watching live. One of the reasons why I like Paul and I like this project is that what he's doing is well thought out. He's staying on task. He's working with very talented people. He's bringing you a professional level, mainstream professional level product without all the baggage. Like it said in the trailer, no retcons, no multiverse, none of that baggage. And obviously he's a smart guy. He can do whatever he wants. He wants to do this. So Paul, why don't you give people, walk people through what brought you to this point? What were your inspirations, and what they should expect from this project?
Yeah, so this is our 10th Kickstarter. So we've done now 10 Kickstarters, 2 Indiegogos, 1 Follow My Comic. We fulfilled everything that we've put out. We are on the motherfucking grind. And this is the 10th book in the world of Project Naosis. Project Naosis started with 0, 1, 2, and 3, which was volume 1. Now we're on volume 2, which is issues 4, 5, and now 6. I try to make all my books new reader friendly. So mostly every single book has a beginning, middle, and end, and some have a cliffhanger that gets fulfilled in the next issue. But we try to make it all jam-packed. That artwork you see there is the interior art team since episode 2. So they do the interiors, they do cover A's, they do the colors, all that cool shit. And this is the origin story of our main supervillain, Crimson Pain. Crimson Pain, rised up and killed off all the superheroes in existence and 90 million people. And that effect, initiated the Project Naosis into effect, which is our main superheroes now. But now we're going to find out, why Crimson Pain is the person he is, and, the ties with the Project Naosis unit that Crimson Pain has. And, it's super crazy. No multiverse or do-overs. We're stacking up these issues. I fund everything prior, so episode 6 is completely done. And, we're going from there. We're 2 backers away from it being our most backed project. And if we get to 4,500, it'll be the most money we ever raised. So, what you're looking at is the interior art. Single issue, you get digital $6. If you want a physical, 10. And you can do catch-up tiers, 25 to get all of our digital, and then 60 to get all the physical. And then you can go up from there, of course, because we have more spin-offs. But, we're on the motherfucking grind. I was at C2E2 last week, AwesomeCon the week before, WonderCon the week before that, and I have Super Jersey next week. So, out 4 out of the last 5 weeks, trying to push the pace and get this product moving. We're trying to build an indie comic that people will get. You'll get it multiple times out of the year, and we're building this bitch.
As you're out there meeting people face to face, and they come over to your table, they look at the project. Like, what are they saying, and what do you think is hooking them in about your project?
It's just my opinion. I pitch them, but it's just the quality, like you can walk around a convention and like the only people that I feel like have something close to what I have is the people that are, Marvel and DC and those books are already made from these big companies. Right. So when people see this, they already think it's, very professional. Young people think it is Marvel and you just tell them what it is. But I pitch people all day, every hour at this thing. I have a 15-second pitch. They either buy or don't buy, and then they move on, So, and I just try to sell as many people as possible. We sold a lot at C2E2, and people seem to like it, A lot of people buy on Friday and buy more on Sunday. It's good that we have a big catalog, and we're just going to continue to grow it. These books, we do everything in 3 months. So if you back this book, you'll get the book in July. I fulfill usually sooner, but I'm just you'll have the books before I go to San Diego Comic-Con because I'm going to print them for San Diego Comic-Con.
Did Igor do this cover? Is this Igor's?
Yeah, Igor did that cover. That's our cover B of Electrite and Crimson Pain in his Naosis armor.
Nice. Yeah. Igor's been on our show, so yeah.
Yeah, me and Igor are doing a book called Lethal Leopard. I think we talked about it quickly on the last time. We're still working on that, and because all my focus is Project Naosis. I wanted to get this bad boy out. Yeah, you're getting a hard-earned book, and it's super crazy. Like I have to top, the crazy things we do. Like I have pages from the last issue spoiler on there. It's like 6 pages of what happened in the last issue, and there were still 8 more pages after that, just showing you like the stakes that we bring in every single issue. We're not in the coffee shop for 12 pages. The coffee shop's blown up 4 times over by then. So just trying to keep it going.
And your characters aren't standing around talking about how much the rent is going up and how they can find the right kind of eyeliner.
Yeah, like you'll see, like if they can have a disagreement, but like it really ends up with like, okay, what's the solution? Like what's the thing that's gonna fix the thing? Not let's try to figure it out for 5 issues.
Right.
And everything is built up to this moment, and then we'll have one more issue to lock down the volume. But we didn't even start production on episode 7. We're doing the cover that's going to be featured in the book. Last time I was on here, I was like, hey, we're halfway through episode 6, but now this time it's like, we're all in on this issue. Really like the range where we have to be. I appreciate it, Vulcan. 10K is really where, thanks, Jason, that we want to be at. Like if we hit 10K, I can start doing these things, no problem. But we're doing, and I could probably do a book every other month when I start hitting 10K, honestly. So it's just like building up towards it and seeing what's next. I have a lot of printing things I have to print and stuff for conventions, and we're focusing on after this like convention exclusives for New York and San Diego and stuff that we're getting all these books ready.
Very cool. Very cool. With regards to the world that this takes place in, can you give people just like a 2-minute synopsis of like your timeline and this universe, the main characters, just kind of give them that pitch?
Yeah, so in 2090, a speedster named Crimson Pain rises up and kills off all the superheroes in existence. So the government makes a super enhanced team called Project Naosis to fight off the rebellion. That's in 2090, this crazy event happens. And, right now by episode 6, we're on 2095. Like I do a couple year jumps in between of just shit we don't need to see. If we want to go back, we want to go back, but it's only building like what the story is. Like you get your main heroes. But it's kind of like a big cast, in a sense of like, you do focus some pages, just focus on Crimson Pain, who's the villain. And now we're finding out his origin. Sometimes you get 12 pages of the origin story of one of our heroes, Michael Evans, who's the younger brother of the leader of the unit, Jonathan Evans, and then sometimes we're following different people, but it all ties into the same story at the end. Like, so, it's really crazy too. Like the action's off the hook. Like, the fatalities are in there.
Paul, where do you stand on Cool Ranch versus Nacho? What nacho cheese? Where do you stand?
Nachos the least best out of the Doritos.
Oh man! All right, we'll still let you stay on the show.
Cool Ranch is where it's at. I like
Okay.
the spicy chili. Spicy chili is cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, assimilating knowledge. You can go tell Hojo he can weep some bitter tears. Paul's on our side.
Yeah. Why? Cool Ranch is where it's at, dude.
Cool Ranch where it's at. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
if I'm eating cheesy things, like I'd rather want like crackers and real cheese. You know, you can't pick up a real food item and have a Dorito. You know
cheese isn't a powder. Like a cow doesn't make powder. You know.
Yeah, like it's just ultra processed. At least like when I'm eating a Dorito, like it is full of shit, but like at least it's something I can't have without eating that Dorito. You know what I mean? Right. Like it's like that quench.
Well said. Well said. Vulcan, we're still waiting to get those to sign that contract, but yeah, it is in the works. Eventually, we will get an official endorsement contract with Cool Ranch. Yeah. Hojo, by the way, he's the guy who does the mythicals. Great guy, great taste in comics, very talented guy. Really bad taste in chips. Just really, we love the guy, but we can't abide it. Can't abide it.
Well, I'm over Lay's. Can't get Lay's anymore. Because I found out there's actually not even a 1% potato in Lay's chips now. It's just actually, yeah. This
like
could be a topic for next week
like
for you.
Starch? What is it like? Starch?
No, it's not even starch, dude. It's just like chemicals. So like the reason why they had to take chips off is because it's not a fucking chip. You can look it up. Pringles are not actually chips, and they'll show you why. It's just like this ultra processed paste that they make, and they make these Pringles. I was so upset. That's why there's this other company. I forgot the name. I'll send it to you. It's like real fucking chips that are Pringles. Like it's crazy. I was a big and I eat really clean. Like I eat really clean. Like I work out a lot. But like I love getting a 20-piece chicken nugget from McDonald's. You know what I mean? That's where it's at. It's 940 calories. It used to be $5 back in the day. It hits home. And then now I found out that too is not even 1% chicken, dude.
No, hold on, wait. Is it the case that it's like it's not chicken meat, it's like chicken cartilage or chicken tendon?
No.
Like
it's not even chicken. It's like 1% or 5% is like chicken oil, like just oil, like a broth kind of, like just like a broth.
Okay, no, so I mean, like something can't come from nothing. So what are they taking, like sweet potatoes and like?
No, I wish it was sweet potatoes. It's just ultra processed, like whipping shit. Like you see, it comes out as like it's just like this paste, bro. It's just this paste.
You're
just like gum. It's like gum.
But what gum? Where's it coming from,
dude? When you look
like
at this shit, you'll never go back. So now I go to Wendy's. You know what I mean? So like Wendy's is my new thing. It's like I was so sad, like, and until I watched the video the other day and watched the whole process, I was like, because they just released the ingredients. It was all over the internet. And it was all over the news too. It was like there was no chicken in it. And I'm like, why did they do that to me, man? I'm dogging these 20, you know, and it's not even chicken. Like, what are you feeding me? Vegan shit? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
There's nothing in it yet.
Yeah. So the same with the Pringles.
Funny walls with it. There's nothing.
Yeah, the Pringles is just processed. Like they just make it. Like they just make it with chemicals. You know. So like you gotta. They're trying to kill us, bro. They're trying to kill us.
What?
Well, for starters, with Pringles, there's no way you could peel a potato perfectly to make the shape.
My understanding of Pringles was they take a bunch of potatoes and they grind them up and then they mold them into that shape, but it's still a potato, right?
Yeah.
Now you're telling me they go into some vacuum and they take an atom and they split it, and then from the quark particles they make a cloud and they condense it down into some.
No, it's the craziest shit. Like there was these crazy machines just to make fake chips and tell us they're real chips. It's like the craziest shit.
But isn't the potato like the most simplest, cheapest peasant food?
Yeah.
In the world? Like why would you have to cut corners on a potato?
No, you
It's like a
can't.
root.
They need to kill us. We need to be all fucking on medication. They love
All right.
it, dude.
I was an RFK guy, so I'm hoping he straightens this all out.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
doubt it. He's gonna be fucking endorsing fucking McDonald's in like 3 months, bro. They're gonna be like,
They won't get him. They won't.
he's gonna
get
be
him.
like, every vaccine's really good. You know, like right after, dude.
Oh no, they're not.
He's been
gonna,
silent for
he's-
100 days, bro. Yo, after this, if nothing actually drastically changes, and I hate talking politics, but the only thing, if nothing naturally changes, we're literally just living in a constant Star Wars simulation where Palpatine controls both sides and just makes us switch. It's the same fucking thing, bro. It was like, no, what was the craziest thing I saw? And this is another article you should do. I'm like on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then I see the White House drops a video of them dropping missiles on people. The White House uploaded that on Twitter, dude. The White House, dude. Missiles shooting down, and Trump was like, yeah, don't fuck with us or some shit. Like some shit.
Hate to be you. Hate to be you.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's crazy. We live in the crazy simulation for sure. For all we know, the AI, like it's just like the next step before like where did you ever watch that Rick and Morty episode where it was just like other people making pocket universes to power their energy?
No, I think I heard. I haven't watched Rick and Morty. Is it worth my time? Is it?
Okay,
there's
there's certain episodes that just have its own plot, and it was basically like one of the scientists makes like a thing that just like powers a battery to something, but it's a whole world. And then he's like, why is it not working? I made this whole world. And they're like, no, we made something that now powers all of our energy and we don't have to work no more. Like it's a constant, like the lazy chain, but we're about to be there right now. It's weird how the parallels align with fiction. That's why I'm saying I think we're in Star Wars. I think it's Palpatine. I think it's the droids and the clones. I think it's the same shit. I think we're at that point where it's just like, you'll see. They'll zap me now that I'm saying it.
Well, okay. So, but how do dire wolves upset that equilibrium then?
I think the dire wolves are a distraction because we're cloning humans.
All right. Greg, why don't you bring up the campaign? Let's do a check-in on let's check in on the campaign, see where we're at.
So
we're not done. We're not done with the show, but let's just do like a little, let's see where we're at here.
Let's see where we're at.
We were at 139 when we started, and what was the number you needed to hit, Paul?
We needed to get above 141 backers, and we need to beat 4,421, and right now we're at 4,339. But still, we have the most backers ever that we've ever attained, and it's right now, this very moment is the most backers I ever attained. Nice. And I didn't do too many pods. Like the last one I did like 30 fucking podcasts, right? Like, and I did that number. And then like this time I did like, I think you're like my 8th, so like chilling back.
Yeah, well, that tells you the people that got the first few are just coming back by themselves. You're not having to.
I'll tell you the number. I'll look real quick as I think it's advanced analytics. We're at 100 and how many backers right now? 143.
143.
It'll tell me how many are previous backers, unless you make a new account, which sometimes people do. Out of the 143, 108 have backed 2 or more.
Nice. Okay. Nice. That's people. So for those, we got 50 people watching live. So just put that in context, people. For Paul's IP here, his story. The vast majority of people that backed this 6th installment are previous backers, which means they've read the story, they've looked at the quality of the work, the quality of the writing, the quality of the art, and they want more. They want more. So take that as a sign of social proof that if you've overlooked this project, we're going to be going another half hour or so here. You should go on over there, take a look at this campaign, back one of the tiers, and then in the chat here, give us a shout out. Let us know that you backed.
Go to the spoiler pages. So there's a tab that's spoiler pages on the thing. Click on that. It shows the people. It's the same art team. It's the same interior team. Like on the sidebar, it'll say spoiler. You click it, and it'll shoot you down.
There you go.
Yeah, click boom, and that's a double page splash. This is like page 11 and 12, And this is what you get inside. There's already crazy shit that happened in the beginning of the book. There's crazy shit that happened right before this. And this is them for the first time ever fighting our juiced out Crimson Pain, which is the guy we're finding out who the origin is now. But yeah, this is the type of action you get. And there's still, after you see all these pages, there's 8 more pages of action and story that take place after this. But Crimson Pain plays no motherfucking games. And we have a lot of fun with this series. As you can see, it's Crimson Pain, and then if you scroll down a little bit, it's him riding towards them. These heroes think they still got the upper hand, but they don't, because Crimson Pain's the motherfucking demon. You know what I mean? He's a speedster. He's super badass, and he's ruthless, and he talks shit as he's kicking your ass. He doesn't talk shit while he's, 10 meters away or hiding in the lair somewhere. He's talking shit in your face as he's fucking you up, so. And then that's the big spoiler. That was another double page splash. But like I said, there's 8 more pages. Look at that one. Ah, poor guy, dude. Poor guy. It's half his face blasted off. But that doesn't look like a fatality to me. So that's all I got to say.
Comic books are a very, very flexible, very versatile medium. You can tell a horror story, a detective story, a sci-fi story, sword and sorcery story, and you can tell a superhero story. And as you can see on the pages here, if you have a soft spot for superhero stories, action adventure superhero stories, look right on the screen there. This is as good or better than anything that Marvel and DC are putting out right now. So don't go to the LCS and spend $5 or $6 on a book that's going to be part of a longer story arc that's not going to go anywhere, and by people who probably don't even like you. Put your money here. Vote. If you love superhero stuff and you like badass action, check this book out. Go back this book.
Yeah, it's also the sci-fi element. Like, I feel like that's also another thing that like brings a different element to my books, is that like it's 2090, that it's just far enough where I could do the cool tech and the cool armor, but still grounded enough where I could throw you into a city and it's a similar demographic if I change like between a rich area and a medium area or a poor area, So like, but the sci-fi thing I think works, and we're progressing. Like I said, we're on the 6th book and we're 5 years in. Of course, this is really where the main things are happening. We're really going to stay in this next year, 2-year range until issue 30. So it's like really like this is the moment of the story where shit hits real,
Hold on a second. Mad Ruth, scroll down a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I saw Todd McFarlane in there, and I was like, okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna.
I saw Eric Larson. Where is it? Do you saw the Todd? Eric Larson.
Sorry,
So I'm just gonna take a moment here during this show.
Maybe scroll up or scroll down.
I think it was scroll up a little
bit. Up.
Right there. Eric. Oh, go down a little bit down.
Eric's boom, right there. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I'm just taking a moment on the Friday nights to do a shout out to Mr. Eric Larson. He's at issue like 270 something. He is gonna hit 300 issues of Savage Dragon. I have been doing a reread on the side of Savage Dragon. It's a book that I would dip my toe in and out of, but I'm doing a 1 to 300. I'm basically rereading all of Savage Dragon right now, and I'm just like soaking up the vibe of a guy who's going to hit that magical 300 issue mark. Now, he has severe TDS. He's gone off the rocker a few times and said some crazy stuff on Twitter, but I love this guy and I'm proud of him, and I'm happy to be here going to the LCS, picking up Savage Dragon off the shelf and reading it. So hats off to Eric Larson. And I wish him well on hitting that issue 300 and beyond on the Savage Dragon. Paul, when you talked to Eric, did you guys exchange books? Did he give you any pro tips or anything like that?
Yeah, I saw Eric again at C2E2. I have my fair share of me interacting with people, and I usually do give them stuff because I want actual criticism towards it. But everyone seems to like it, Everyone says it looks great. I always get a similar response. I've had certain people that said the only thing I ever get from a big time creator that's not saying that this is not Eric, but other people would be like, they think it's just too intense in a sense of like Like, look what the page we're looking at right now. If you see that and they're like, fuck, like I don't want to read that, you know. And I get that, you know, I get that, because and there's worse things that there's something that happens 4 pages later that's way worse than what this guy's getting. You know, I'd be lit if I was this guy over what happened next. But
you know, when you've got like more of a budget, something you could do is when someone buys an issue of your comic, they get a seatbelt, like a little seatbelt in a bag, and say, okay, here, before you read the comic book, buckle in.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. I fuck with that a lot. Buckle up. But yeah, Eric's super nice. You know, we just chat. I see him at a lot of conventions. He's super nice to me.
Nice.
Todd, all these guys are really super nice to me. I met Jim Lee. I uploaded that one. I met Jim Lee at WonderCon. The CGC booth hooked me up, and even though they had a line where you had to get all tickets and shit, they're like, "We got you." And they're like, "Come back at this time, and you can go snatch him up." And you know, pressed him too, and like, you know, I just handed my books, and then, you know, I would say after my opinion, and Rob Liefeld too, I have right down there, like he's sixth time of me giving you my book, and they're seeing it's a new book. You know, there's only so much they can take before they have to give me a job. So.
Right.
It's like, wait, another book? Oh, another book, another book. And and I'm funding these shits and I'm selling like a motherfucker. Hey, I was the only publisher featured in Forbes for 2024 New York Comic Con. And we have some crazy shit coming out this year. And, you know, once we can get these things at like over 5K every time, no problem. Like, you know, we could do a lot. Really, 6K is like where I can really start bombing these motherfuckers out. But, you know, I'm grateful for being on the grind, and, you know, we're building up that pre-order. We're so close to making this our most money raised with 22 hours left. And a lot of people had it favorited, because you could see on Kickstarter who still has it like favorited or saved. And there's like 190. So it's like, please.
Yeah, you got to send out some updates saying we're in the home.
Yeah, I have my email list I'm gonna hit in the morning.
Nice.
But yeah, you know, we're on that
18 hours to go, 4 hours to go. Yeah, you just keep pushing. You never know.
Nice.
Do you want to hit a refresh?
Yeah, let's do a refresh. Maybe watch the trailer again, crack some more jokes. Let's see where we're at.
Tell you what, we'll do it. We'll do the trailer first, and then we'll come back and do the refresh.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. So if you're just joining us for the first time, here is the trailer for Project Naosis 6.
Welcome to our 10th Kickstarter campaign, Project Naosis Episode 6, a 28-page full-color comic book following the origin story of our main supervillain, Crimson Pain, a super-enhanced speedster looking for vengeance for what was done to him. Find out why he killed 90 million people and all the superheroes that existed. In this world, there is no multiverse or do-overs, so what you see is what you get, and the stakes have never been higher. Join us on Project Naosis Episode 6 and make history. If you're new, we have catch-up tiers available with over 200 pages of story, 276 pages if you want to go crazy, and we also have exclusives on the campaign with a 100-copy exclusive of our Virgin variant of Project Naosis Episode 6 Cover A. If you're looking to go even wilder, we have a customized character splash page where you could work with the creator, Paul Thayer, and design a character which will be featured on a splash page in this book. Now, find the pledge that works best for you and join us, and let's make history. This is Indie Comics. This is Project Naosis.
Cool. All right. Let's hit refresh, see where we're at.
All right. Let's see. I would love to see that hit 144, but here we go. Still at 143.
All
right, I guess I'm killing myself.
All right, we got 49 people watching live. We got like another 15, 20 minutes of the show here. For those of you that are sticking around, that are hopefully some of you are taking a look at this, looking at this campaign. Craig usually has about 100 some replay views. So there's a chance if you're watching this later, the campaign might be like in its last like couple hours. So please, if you back the book, hit Paul up on Twitter. Let him know that you backed the book. You saw him on the Friday nights. I know he'll be back for number 7. Yeah. Number 7 and onward. But this is the time to jump on this book if you haven't already. He has that catch-up tier, and you can get in while we're still he's still kind of building momentum here.
Yeah, $25, you get 200 pages of digital content, or you pay $60 and you get my trade, which I sold for $50 for its first year. So you're getting that basically for 30, and then you're getting 4, 5, and 6. So a lot of content, 200 pages. And if you want to go crazy, 276 pages, you have our 3 spin-off books. We're doing another one shot this year with a different art team. Like, I'm trying out just different stuff, seeing what sticks. But Project Naosis is our main baby, and this is the origin of our villain. This is a key issue. Cover's badass. You can add on different things. You could just get this book. It has a beginning, middle, and end. You'll know exactly where you are. You might be like, yo, why is this guy a sociopath? But, then you can dive deeper, and you can have a different perspective. You can read episode 6, and then when you read episode 0, you're like, wow, this is, justifiable. It's all about perspective.
Yes.
So you list Invincible as one of the influences, or one of the
I do it because you tell the people what they're currently watching versus, it's definitely Invincible is more lighthearted, even though it is intense. I would say it's more young based, teenager based. Like, my shit's not teenager based, but Invincible in sense of like the graphicness, and then X-Men because it's a team book. Like, you're following a cast. Like, I see it as more as a show, in a sense of like you're following this world as it's going through, and you're only seeing the perspectives that like are building for the story. Like, it's just adding on. Like, if you're getting 2 pages off someone's internal thoughts, you're getting that because something it benefits the story. It's not just because I wanted to say like, I'm Quentin Tarantino. It's like, this is the character's growth.
As a reader, what era of X-Men was your sweet spot?
So I guess, I have a bunch of different, like, my X-Men's a little different. Like, I read a lot of X-Men like mid 2000s, but I wouldn't say that's my favorite. I do like the Age of Apocalypse stuff a lot. And I do like I would say Jim Lee stuff, and excluding that, like, I gotta like read more. I say it's X-Men because it like similar. Like, if you look at my original ones, I would say it's like Avengers, because at the end of the day, it's still the same thing. It's like a team book, X-Men, because X-Men 97 is the biggest thing ever, and people are like, I like X-Men, and it's like, yes, like this, because they do. Like, I tell people all the time, like, if I picked up an X-Men book, like, and I don't want to say like which ones, but I've picked up X-Men books, and it's just like, it's just a bunch of mush, it's just a bunch of mush with too many characters. I try to make all the characters like matter, and like you're just following certain characters for the story. But Age of Apocalypse, I'd say. But I'm a big, I would say like my favorite Marvel thing was like, I really liked what the Venom with Ryan Stegman and the King of Black stuff I thought were really good. But then outside of that, I'm a big DC guy. Like, comic books for me are DC comics, so like that's everything Batman. I've read everything Batman, like every person's run, that's my shit, Nice. Or like a lot of Superman stuff. Like right now, like I said, I think Absolute Flash is fantastic. The second Jeff Lemire is writing it, I think it's fucking awesome. I love Absolute Batman. The last issue was like just like filler, but it's like I'm still happy reading like a new Batman book.
Nice. So SF Gaming says this book looks fantastic. It does. And SF Gaming, it looks like you may have just joined. FYI, Paul has a catch-up tier, $25 for almost 300 pages of material, and this current installment, $6 digital tier. So SF Gaming, if you're looking at this and it's striking a chord with you, there's different tiers that might fit your mood here. So Craig, should we look at the tiers again as we got people watching live? Got about another 20 minutes. Let's look at the tiers, because I think everybody agrees this book looks fantastic. Let's see what tiers are available so people can find what's best for them.
Find a nice good page to settle on here. Hold on.
Yeah, rewards almost there.
All right, and then just go down here. Okay, so that was the one I grabbed there. Let's see, it even says my selection there. The catch-up tier. Yeah, 0 through 6. computer froze for a bit. Yeah. So
Yeah,
here
so-
you. Sorry, I'll let you talk, Paul.
Yeah, let me go. I'll rip it. 20 interior pages. You get the digital PDF. It's 24 pages of story and 4 pages of fun. And then yeah, so $6 you get a digital book. $10 you get physical. So fun fact, the most we've ever had was like 35 people bought our cover A's on like the most campaign we've ever did. So 41's fucking awesome, you know, and there's still so many other tiers to get. So super excited about that. You can get that Igor cover. Igor did a cover, which is the first debut cover of Electrite. So that's another key issue. $10. And then our 1 of 100. A lot of my stuff are always exclusive, but now I'm like putting it out that it's exclusive. So then the cover C is a 1 of 100 virgin. It's gonna be for $15, and that one's stellar. And then if you go down more, you can get both covers $20, and then you can get the digital 200 pages of content $25. So you get Project Naosis 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Nobody's pumping out indie books like this. And then you could try digital. And then when you go, fuck, I wish I got a physical, you can order from my website after. But back to Kickstarter today. The Kickstarter is more important. I did get a lot of people that like ordered just episode 6 and then bought stuff on my website, which is cool. And I like that too. But let's get this Kickstarter the biggest one ever.
Yeah.
You know?
Campaigns are where it matters for sure.
$30, you get all 3 covers. So you save $5 on that last cover for getting all 3.
Nice.
Next one is oh yeah, because you got the other one. You got the 200 pages for $60, and then if you want everything, 276 pages for $100, you get cover A and cover B of episode 6. Then you get the trade paperback that collects 0, 1, 2, and 3. You get episodes 4, 5. You get Crimson Pain one shot, which is just the villain one shot, and then you get the prequel books, 2 books that tell you how Jonathan Evans, our main hero Omega, gets his powers alongside Hellsate. So. And then we have a custom character page. I'm surprised no one does it. We didn't do it last campaign. We did the one before. And that image is actually the image of 2 of the characters that we made on a previous customized character page. Like, we do some stellar fucking art for this shit. But yeah, if you ever want to be in a comic book and you want to design something cool with your boy, of course he'll be owned by me. But yeah, this is something that we're doing. And I'm building up to a big giant war that I'm gonna do. And I'm pretty sure it's in the next couple issues. I constantly am rewriting stuff to make sure it's fucking awesome. But when we do this big giant war, I'm gonna need a lot of bodies. So your character will be there. You know, you need some bodies to blow the fuck up.
Paul, if I back at the tier, can I design a character that rides into battle on a direwolf?
If you want, yeah. You know, like, and we can make it a cool direwolf, maybe like a cybernetic direwolf. You know what I mean?
Yeah, with big battle axes in both hands.
Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, it just can't be George Clooney, you know, riding a taxi cab. You know what I mean? You're like, can't be Moana or Spider-Man. You know?
No, gotcha.
Because a lot of people like send me things. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but you know, Spider-Man can't be in my book, otherwise I get sued. So.
You want me to hit that
Yeah, let's hit
refresh.
Let's hit refresh. Let's hit refresh.
And make sure I'm on the right page and I don't refresh.
I think we're stagnant.
Yeah.
We have 54 people watching live. Paul is joining us in the home stretch of his campaign. This is his best Kickstarter campaign so far. He paid up more backers than he's ever had before on a single campaign. And looks like SF Gaming is saying he's going to be an after hours backer. He's got to drive home. So we're going to take credit for that one, Paul. So
yeah, you have to back. Don't forget. Yeah, grab episode 6, and then you can grab the trade in 4 and 5, and I ship everything right to your door if you want to do that from our website, projectnaosis.com.
But thank you, SF Gaming. And he's got a question.
But do it.
Yep.
When does the next issue ship? So episode 6 ships in July. If you order anything on my website, it ships. I'll ship them out Monday. So we ship books out 2 to 3 times a week, depending on how many orders we get or how many eBay books your boy flips.
Nice. All right. Yeah. So
everyone came out tonight. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Very good. So Paul, what are you and the wife going to do to celebrate the end of this campaign? You're going to go special dinner? You're going to take a trip? What do you have planned to kind of celebrate your this latest milestone?
We're gonna crack a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos, ride our dire wolves into RFK's building to find out what they're putting in the fucking Pringles. You know, that's what we're gonna fucking do.
Very good, very good. All right, we've got another like 10 minutes or so, and then we'll kind of wind down and we'll do the outro. At the end of the show, go over to watch The Gutter, Aldous and JP. I forget what they're covering tonight, but The Gutter is always a good show. Always a good show. All right.
I'll try to make an effort to pop in there.
Yeah, SF Gaming, don't get me all aroused to not show up, right?
All right, Paul, we get credit for his when he backs. We get credit, so you can tell him Friday night's got you what four backers or 5 backers.
Yeah, need it. We're begging out in these streets right now. We're begging.
All right,
I'm begging like the homeless guy in an LA corner right now. Please give me meth.
So Chris Faction says he only buys comic books about golf. So Chris, if you back at his character creator tier, Paul will work with you. He'll workshop a cybernetic golf club guy.
Yeah.
And maybe like
he just loves big golf
caddy.
balls.
The baddie caddy.
Loves holding big golf balls.
Caddy. There you go.
Big
balls. And then Chris Faction, if you are watching, Craig is approaching 420 backers. So when we do that celebratory show, you have to come on.
Yes.
Dude, do it while driving. Crash, order more. Crash, forget you ordered from the
disavow,
and then put a new credit card in for the second account.
Paul, if he crashes while backing your book, are you in any way legally liable?
No, because I don't have a dire wolf ready.
Very good, very good. All right, we're in the wind down here, people. 53 people watching live. Wait, what sometimes happens is, Paul, as we're beginning to wind down, suddenly it jumps to like 70 or 80 viewers, and Craig are like, "What the hell? We're trying to get out of here. People keep joining us."
Starts jumping.
But again, we usually have 100 some people watch the replay. Please take a look at this campaign back and then give Paul a shout out.
Yeah, please, man. All these people out here complaining they don't get their books, but I'm sending books out here. Come send your boy, bro. Come see your boy.
That's right.
And
I say the same thing too. Like I only had 2 campaigns, but both of them I planned. I mean, it wasn't hard. I just said a page a week, and then I did the math. And for between printers and shipping and all that, I gave like a couple weeks of Fludge Factor, and my math was spot on for both campaigns. Like, I was like,
yeah, as long as you go into these things with everything ready, there shouldn't be a problem. And I have to have the artwork because, like I said, like I had one book, same artist, took them 9 months to do 24 pages, and then the other one took them 2 months. You know, shit happens. You know, so it's just like, what's next? You know. Hey, SF Gaming, if you're driving, how are you typing? Get on Kickstarter now and back.
Something's fishy. SF Gaming, if you really are driving, get home safe.
Guys writing fucking paragraphs tell me you can go on Kickstarter. You could fucking do it, bro. You're writing essays here.
SF Gaming, if you will pull over now and back the book in the last 10 minutes we have for the show, and Paul verifies through analytics that you backed, we will have you come on the show and you can talk about 3D printing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Pull over, crash your car.
No pressure.
Tell them they're wrong.
Vulcan concurs. It is worth the risk. It is worth the risk.
Yeah, we already got Vulcan. We got him.
Alrighty. So Craig, as we wind down, what's going on with your fake prime minister who was neither elected nor actually was in parliament? What's going on?
Well, we just had our 2 debates. They finally got those out of the way. I don't know. I really don't know where this country's at right now. Like it's crazy. Like at least you were fairly confident it was going to go the way it went with your election. It's split down the middle here. I would not want to bet either way because I would probably lose. So,
wild.
It'll be interesting. Yeah.
Wild. Paul, what do you think about Canada and Greenland? Should we just take them?
What, through force instead of economic pressure? It wouldn't take much. I'll tell you that.
I don't know.
Not worth the trouble.
Yeah, I think America takes only places that have resources, right? So what does Canada have for us?
Canada has $17 trillion worth of resources. We got everything.
No, I just wanted to make you upset.
Oh, okay.
Look, see how defensive he got right away. He was like, dude, you
got
fucking,
stuff.
you know how much
We
stuff we
Well,
got?
we got stuff.
That's
We
part of
can't-
the reason why
but-
Canada has that
yes, but
uppity
America-
attitude is because we're sitting on so much money, right? It's like
America-
inheriting being Paris Hilton, like the offspring of someone who's got billions.
But America
of dollars.
doesn't like when there's not a small focal group that we can blame terrorism on to invade their country. So Canada and Greenland don't have that, so we get really upset, and we can't invade. We like countries that have big cities, but there's like 20 guys that we want to blow up, so we just wipe out fucking blocks.
Right.
Like anything to ruin someone's day, that's America, dude.
So, Greg, when is your fake election?
28th, and we find out at the very end of this month.
April 28th or May 28th?
Believe.
No, this month. Yeah,
oh
it's
wow.
coming up.
Yeah, but you can't say his election's fake. Our election's fake, bro. They're all bros, dude. I think they're all bros. It's the same. The best way to put it, and everyone's starting to say it. Everything is wrestling, dude. They got the heels, they got the faces, dude. They switch. Like how,
K-pop,
like, you know,
K-pop.
like even with McCain, they're like, oh, fuck McCain. Oh, we don't like him. We like him. And then it was cool to buy a Tesla, and now it's not cool to buy a Tesla. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, but it was just cool though. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's just whatever they want to do to just like tip it the other way. I just think it's all a bunch of fucking bullshit, bro. I'm so fucking. I think they're all just trying to fuck with us.
Paul, do you know who's not bullshit?
Who?
K-pop junkie. Have you been on her show?
No.
Okay, so K-pop. Paul is on the closeout for his 6th installment. Make note, you two should connect, follow each other on Twitter. And when he does the campaign for 7, K-pop, you got to have him on. K-pop, she's great people. K-pop, Paul's great people. And I think somebody here pulled over on the freeway and backed. SF Gaming, you are a class act. Craig, why don't you bring up the campaign? Let's do a little refresh and see what's going on.
Did we hit the goal of the evening? Like, that's incredible. It really is. Hold on, I'm gonna hit that refresh.
What's the square root of 12? What's the square root of 12?
Boom.
Nice.
Well,
But it would be cool to like, because like in my comic book before.
Thank you, SF.
So the whole point is like in 2090 also, I should have stated this would be good for the economic conversation. The whole world is run by one government, and before this guy kills 90 million people, there was 3 nations. There was the Americas, the European Federation, and the Red Crown. So like I do see America eventually just not giving a fuck anymore, like how Donald Trump was like uploading us dropping missiles on people on Twitter and just being like, we're going to take this spot, and it's either everyone's going to cheer or everyone's going to boo, you know, or it's, you know, but everyone cheers or boos regardless. If you like Cool Ranch Doritos, people cheer or boo, or if people like the Nacho Doritos, they cheer or boo, you know.
Paul, you're onto something, but something I do know for sure is right now everybody is cheering you in your campaign. Young man, you crossed 144 backers.
Whoa.
Fantastic. SF Gaming, thank you so much for pulling over the car, risking a citation by the Highway Patrol to back this man's book.
But
just fantastic.
If he got pulled over, he could have told him he was helping make history. And then the cop would have been like, wait, don't shoot him. Let's make history together. And he backs.
Would it be great if SF Gaming like gave the cop the phone and said, here's I got an alibi. Paul here, he's on this live stream. The clock's we're running out the clock here, and the cop's like, okay, all right, I get it. And then what if the cop backed? How cool would that be if the cop backed?
I have had a lot of police officers that back my books. You know, they come get them in person. You know, we are Team America. You know what I mean? Serve.
Yes. I'm just glad everyone. I can't believe this many people watch our show every Friday. Thank you so much, just everyone, for supporting us.
Yes.
I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, we have 55 people watching live. Thank you for joining me and Craig and Paul here to kick off the weekend. This is probably the first great weekend of the spring. We all appreciate you coming here, hanging out, sharing some laughs. Thank you.
WrestleMania weekend. John Cena wins in the WrestleMania main event, and Seth Rollins wins night one.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you have his predictions. We got 56 people watching live. Please, if you do go after the show and back this book, hit Paul up on Twitter. Let him know you saw him on the Friday nights. He will be back for his next book. Craig, I know I'm going to be working on Jupiter this week, and I'll be thinking about you hanging out there up there in Canada, working on Soul Tack. What madness, what craziness do you have in store here for our outro? What are you going to unleash on the world here?
Yeah, so I actually had to throw these together. I was really doing a lot of errands for the family and working on the house and stuff like that. A lot of Easter stuff. We got a big family get together this weekend.
Nice.
So I'm not in. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure what's in this outro, but I'm looking forward to watching it together. So.
All right, we're going in blind, people. Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
But to everyone watching, again, a happy Easter weekend to everyone. Happy WrestleMania weekend. Again, Paul, thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to plug, like a show that you do or a channel or anything?
No, that's it, man. Everyone, please back Project. Last time I was like, I got another campaign coming soon. Now we're here. We're at this moment. If you're here on that last time, now we're here. We need you. We get the 4,500. It's the most money I ever made on a campaign. Don't you want to be there for that and be like, I was there when we had a dream about a dire wolf? That's why we're here.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Vulcan.
So 55 watching again. Like I said, have a great weekend, Paul. It's up to you if you want to stick around in the chat afterwards before we go. With that said, here's the wrap up.
Children often say monsters are hiding under their beds, but in Kansas, turned out it was a true story. A babysitter was trying to ease a child's fears when she looked under the bed and saw a man. Barton County deputies say there was then a struggle that left the child knocked over. The suspect ran away before deputies arrived, and the next morning, the suspect was found near the home and after a brief chase was taken into custody.
Hey, you. Come here, man. I'm here. Peekaboo! Let's play! Come on, let's play! This is a fun game! Hey, what are you doing? Uncle Ray Ray's got a game. Hey, get your finger out of there! Tickle, 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 tickle! You wanna play with Uncle Ray? Oh, God! Here's a little balloon animal.
These 3 young dire wolves were born in October and are being raised at a nature preserve with an undisclosed location. They're named Romulus, Remus, and Khaleesi. We know that scientists took DNA from a 13,000-year-old tooth and a 72,000-year-old skull to create healthy dire wolf puppies. Well, we know that the animal had previously been extinct for more than 12,000 years.
मजबूती से पकड़ना गाड़ी के सारे भाई भाई अरे तुम मजबूती से पकड़ लो आगे यार अरे सब जा रहा है ओ भाई
प्यारा लेडी
I'm pulling it out. 2025! Pulling it out!
Finish him! Liu Kang wins. Flawless victory fatality.
Pulling it out!